Alright, so today I'm going to be reviewing for you the KitchenAid Professional 550 Plus that I got from Costco. It comes with 4 different accessories, and just for your reference, I want to make sure you know that this is the model number KV25MEX0B5. So, as you can see, this is a pretty sizable mixer, pretty good size. The box itself is at a height of about 19 inches. And the width is about 17 inches. My depth here on this particular is about 13 inches. We'll go ahead and take a look at this and open it up for you. Get rid of some of the tape that we have. And then on future videos, the plan is going to be for, if you like the way I'm showing you this, that maybe you ask some questions so we can show you some of the functionalities of the actual mixer itself. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up. It's a little harder doing it with one person doing the video, so I'll do my best to try to get this thing out. So a good way to slide it out is to, just put it on its side, like I just did there, and kind of slip it out. That way you have the ability to kind of get to it and take a look at some of the components. So here's one of the first components. This is going to be your batter mixer here, so we'll kind of set that there for you. The next part, we can just take the box here off. And then once you have it out, it's very easy to just kind of lift it out and tilt it over. And as you can see, the next component of the mixer, which is probably the reason I bought this bad boy, is to make some bread for you guys. So we'll set that one here. And then once you have it out, you can just easily slip out the second portion of the box. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty big mixer. There are other mixers out in the market that have a lot less horsepower than the Professional 550 Plus, and it's one of the reasons that I actually decided to get this, again, because I was looking to do some of the bread and dough mixing. I did a lot of my mixing for the doughs by hand previously, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how well I can get some of the mixing to some of that dough batter to come out. Now here's the third component. This one actually has a nice little rubber edge to it, so that as you're doing batters, it actually mixes the components a lot easier for you. Let's see, next here, what you want to do to kind of remove, you want to kind of lower the handle here. Okay, put your plug away here, and it does come with some other informational material inside of it. We'll kind of put that to the side, and then lastly, the last component that you can see here, if you can get a little close. This is kind of how you get your attachments to come on and off. It kind of has like an L-shaped hook to it, so what you do is you remove each component by attaching it, give it a twist, and then kind of removing the component. So here you have your 4 components for the mixer, and we'll take a look at some of the uses between them on maybe future videos. Now the bowl itself, okay. It's very easy to remove. All you have to do is kind of have a lifting motion, and what you can see within the mixer is that it has this kind of this little nub in here that actually goes and attaches to this part of the mixer. So what I've noticed is that it can be a little bit of a trick to kind of get it on once you take it off, because it appears to be kind of loose. So all you really have to do, once you have it straddled into its 2 little holders here, is just use both of your thumbs and then just give it a quick little push. And then you'll have a nice kind of secure bowl there for you. Another thing that I noticed about this mixer is, I'll show you, if we go ahead and put the whisk back on, for example. Okay, so if we put the whisk back on, and then let's go ahead and get this thing plugged in. And we'll show you some of the way to adjust the mixer. So once you lift, this locks into place very nicely. And if you can show here, you can see that the mixer actually has the different settings. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on our lower setting, and I want you to pay attention to the sound of the whisk kind of touching the side of the bowl or the bottom of the bowl. So this will get a little loud, so I'll try to see if you can hear me. So right now it's mixing, but as you can hear, my whisk is not really touching the bottom of the bowl. So there's a way to really adjust that. So I'll show you that very quickly. So what you end up doing with this is, again, lower your bowl, take out your component, and then what you can do here, you'll notice that there's a screw here. kind of pointing at it here. So there's a screw that sits here. And so the way it works, if you go counterclockwise, it'll actually raise your bowl. So if you go counterclockwise, your bowl will actually go up a little bit once you lift the bowl. So let me show you. This screw, it actually works at about 180 degrees. So right here, I went clockwise. So what I've told the bowl to do is to actually be lower. If I go counterclockwise, and this is what I'm going to do to show you, is if I go counterclockwise, it's actually going to raise the bowl enough so that when we go back, and let's go and take a look and place our whisk back on the bowl, right? So now we lock the whisk back on, we go and raise it back up, and now let's listen again to the sound of the whisk actually touching the side of the bowl. So again, when I turn the bowl on, there's a little bit of that rasping on the side of the whisk, which means that, you know, obviously the whisk is touching the side a little bit better. Another benefit of the machine really is that it also has this expansion port where you can put a lot of different attachments to it, so that as you you know, get more creative with your cooking, you can add attachments. You can, you know, you can mix your own pasta, and then actually you can put an attachment that actually creates the pasta maker, so it'll actually spaghetti out your pasta. You can do a grain mill and many other attachments like a food grinder, etc. So again, this is a great machine, a lot of horsepower, 575 watts. You know, again, came from Costco. It's a great machine. So that's the first look at the Professional 550 Plus. If you like what I showed you, please click like on the bottom of the screen here. Feel free to leave me any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Feel free to put some comments on the bottom of the screen, and on future videos, what we'll try to do is actually show you some of the different some of the different attachments and how they work. But anyways, that's a first look at the KitchenAid Professional 50 Plus, and we'll look forward to seeing you again.